Welcome to Dream Warrior Review. This is episode 4.
Episode 4.
And I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Miq Strawn.
And we're here to talk about...
Friend Request.
Yes, Friend Request.
Friend Request.
So this movie is about a popular girl in college. At first I thought it was high school, but it was college. She had a lot of friends, and she was on Facebook constantly. Tons of friends, and she was very popular. And then she befriends this girl.
Friends don't let friends possess other friends.
Right.
That's what the moral of the film was, yeah.
I
It
think,
was mediocre
Yeah.
at best, but it did the best job of it.
I agree with that. A lot of things I expected. The one thing that really jumped out at me that I thought was way overdone, the overuse of really loud sound.
I kind of liked the sound. I thought the production values were good.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was
So you didn't
good
think like
enough.
the scare. For me, the scare was good, but then you had this boom.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a little too much. But
Well, you know what I just thought about? Almost everything that was in it was not in the trailer.
right.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why we liked it more.
Well, it's possible.
I feel like sometimes I see movies and I've seen the whole movie when I've seen the like 3 or 4 different versions of the trailer. I've seen the whole movie.
Well, I have to say that for a while I actually did trailers for movies that were so bad that they couldn't cut a trailer out of it, and I built the trailers for it. So
Well, there's a certain art to that, to make something shitty, like polish a turd, basically.
oh,
Make it look good.
listen, I could polish a turd and make you want to look at.
So kind of like the trailer for Mother, for example, that made me want to see it. Is that there you go.
Mother.
I thought the acting was mediocre as well.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
much.
it was journeyman. The whole thing was a journeyman expression of horror. I felt not cheated because it was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Actually, you said that about another film, and it was the one with the box, Wish Upon.
Yeah, yeah. There was a monster in there that honestly kind of looked like a snapshot. They kept using it at the end. Did you notice the one at the end that was just like?
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of looked like a.
It was a snapshot.
I think it was a snapshot. Yeah.
Of course, there's one scene where there's an eye hole through the door, and all I could hear in my head was "Cable Guy." So that scene didn't really scare me.
Yeah,
for that
well, but you totally knew that something was coming through that eye hole.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about the effects in general?
I thought the effects were pretty good. They did the job. At no point did I say to myself, that's a really terrible effect.
Right.
But at the same time, the jumps and everything, it just didn't knock me over.
No, I like the one effect I liked the most probably was the very first one where you saw the hornet flying and she was following it through the window.
Oh yeah, right. See,
that was a good one.
But and that kind of reminded me. It kind of reminded me of The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little kind of a scream feel to it too.
Yeah, the fly and the monitor.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so the one there was one creature though that reminded me of the Green Giant.
Yeah.
I was like, does he have a can of beans?
I also thought, as far as the story went, I think that there was a feeling that we were never going to get through all the deaths that we had to in order to make it work.
Yeah, I thought it slowed down. Like it started picking up, and then it kind of lost its like. It started running out of gas or something.
And then we had 2 cops that neither one of them at one time ever said anything that a cop would say.
Well, one in particular was the worst.
Yeah.
I almost felt like maybe he was like the director's like cousin or something that he owed money to or something. It's like, I'll put you in my film.
And I'm almost convinced that he never actually had a line.
No.
Because the stuff that he said certainly wasn't written.
Right. Well, if it was written, then shame on the writers.
Yeah, really.
Because it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was terribly written.
Yeah.
I guess we could probably sum this up pretty quick.
I think that we could.
I think we're done talking about it because there wasn't really anything that stood out to me as amazing or
it wasn't
terrible,
amazing.
Really.
It wasn't really terrible. It
was a good horror film for TV. I think. It
was. It was. If I think that it is actually mediocre Netflix.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see that produced.
It is a total. Yeah, it's a total Netflix.
But not a whole series.
No. Netflix seems to be able to make anything into a series,
That's right. So, I guess, overall, it's not terrible, and it's not great.
Yeah.
Mediocre. We're right in the middle of the road, I guess. So, it's worth maybe seeing if you're bored.
It's
if you don't have any friends on Facebook, and you want to have something to look
if you have
to.
a movie pass,
yes,
it's well worth nothing.
That's right. And there's our free plug for Movie Pass.
There you go.
We're not getting anything
Get
for
yours
that,
now.
Unfortunately. Maybe we can, though. Because Movie Pass is great.
$9 a month, and look at what you can see. $9 a month, and mediocrity will come knocking on your door.
That's right. Friend request is Radar. I'm not sure why. And we both think that it's not really worth going out of your way to see. And not really terrible, so we should tell you not to see it. Maybe see it, maybe don't. It won't change your world if you do. It won't change your world if you don't. Thank you for joining us on Dream Warrior Review. We welcome your feedback, and if you have any questions or burning desires or just ideas for our show, we welcome email at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com. That's dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com. Our music was by Bloodgod. And please join us next time on Dream Warrior Review.